Remember that little baby Micheal Jackson hung over his balcony years ago? Yes, that was Prince Micheal Jackson II, now officially known as Bigi. The incident went viral, drawing criticism from people worldwide about his parenting style, and the King of Pop had to apologize for his actions. Now, 20 years have passed since then. So, how has he turned out? He was the heir to a massive fortune alongside his siblings. Where did life take him? Let's take a closer look. But before we proceed, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell. Now let's get started. He was hailed as the King of Pop and recognized as the most successful pop artist in history. Yet few people truly understood the price he paid for his success. Micheal Jackson's family faced severe poverty and tirelessly worked day and night to achieve their dreams. His father, Joseph Walter Jackson, took the initiative to form the group Jackson 5, comprising 5 of his sons, with young Micheal among them. Michael's journey began at an astonishingly young age, as he took to the stage at just 5 years old. His father was known for his strict discipline and would sometimes resort to using force in their upbringing. As a result, young Michael's time was predominantly consumed by rigorous rehearsals, leaving him with little opportunity for the simple joys of games and outings with other children. Despite this challenging upbringing, Micheal made a heartfelt promise to himself. One day, he would have his own children, and he was determined to provide them with a happy and carefree childhood. True to his word, he held fast to this commitment. Through unwavering dedication and talent, Micheal Jackson attained both fame and fortune. He garnered adoration from millions of fans worldwide, and the ever-present paparazzi closely trailed his every move. Yet, despite his monumental success, he yearned for something simpler, the joy of building a family and discovering true love. In 1994, Jackson entered into a discreet marriage with Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of the legendary Elvis Presley. Most notably, the renowned singer harbored a deep desire to become a parent. Regrettably, his wife was not prepared for the responsibilities of motherhood. Consequently, just 2 years after their wedding, they found themselves seeking a divorce. In that same year, Micheal entered into a second marriage, determined to fulfill his long-held dream. His second wife was Debbie Rowe, a former nurse, who became the mother of 2 children, a son named Prince Jackson and a daughter named Paris Jackson. However, their marriage lacked the spark of love. Debbie later admitted that she and Micheal never shared a physical relationship. In their quest to have children, Debbie resorted to artificial insemination, fulfilling Michael's singular wish for her to give birth to their long-awaited children. Eventually, the couple parted ways. Debbie relinquished custody of the children to Jackson and received $8 million for doing so. However, the focus of our discussion today is on the third child. On February 21, 2002, Jackson welcomed his third child, known as Prince Micheal Jackson II. This child was born through a surrogate mother. Micheal maintained that the woman was unaware of his identity, and he, in turn, was unaware of hers. At the time, his foremost concerns were her intelligence, health, and overall well-being. Nonetheless, according to reports, the surrogate mother of the child was a Mexican nurse by the name of Helena. The surrogate mother was selected by Micheal for several reasons. He chose her because she had a Latino background, but she was also a U.S. citizen and had fair skin. The pop singer found her attractive and believed she exuded stability and intelligence, which appealed to him. It's worth noting that she worked as a nurse or medical assistant, a profession that also resonated with Michael's preferences. In exchange for her surrogacy, Helena received approximately $20,000, but she never had the opportunity to meet the child she helped bring into the world. As it stands, Prince Micheal Jackson II is likely the only biological child of the King of Pop, as his siblings do not share a noticeable resemblance with him. Right after the boy's birth, Micheal brought him to the Neverland Ranch, where he was cared for by a nurse and a nanny. The child made his first public appearance in a highly controversial manner. The world's most memorable glimpse of the baby, known as Blanket Jackson, was bizarre by any standards, his father's storied quirks aside. On November 19, 2002, Micheal Jackson carried his then 9-month-old son, born Prince Micheal Jackson II, to the balcony of their suite at the Adlon Hotel in Berlin and proceeded to hold him over the railing to show him off to his cheering fans. A horde of photographers angled for a glimpse at the pop icon's third child, but a towel was shielding his face. Micheal may have proudly envisioned a Lion King moment, and ironically, he was in Germany to accept an award honoring his lifelong commitment to helping children. But the incident prompted outraged headlines the world over and even inspired a tragic plot point in a 2003 Law and Order episode. "I offer no excuses for what happened," he said in a statement, as the concern over his fitness as a father reached fever pitch in the span of 24 hours. "I got caught up in the excitement of the moment. I would never intentionally endanger the lives of my children." The curiosities had only just begun when it came to his parenting style, and it was really only after he died in 2009 that glimpses of him as a so-called normal dad started to emerge. This was thanks to loving memories shared by his two eldest children, Prince Jackson and Paris Jackson. They shed light on a side of their father that the public rarely saw during his lifetime, painting a picture of a dad who cared deeply for his children and aimed to provide them with as normal a childhood as possible, given their extraordinary circumstances. The images of that incident quickly spread around the world, marking a defining moment in the life of the young boy. It was during this period that the nickname Blanket emerged, owing to the frequent practice of shielding his face with a blanket when in public, a measure taken to maintain his anonymity. Micheal Jackson was determined to shield his children from the prying eyes of the public, hoping to offer them the chance for a more ordinary and less fame-laden life than he had experienced. This desire was fueled by the awareness of the heavy burden of fame that he had carried throughout his life. Thus, he insisted that his children wear masks whenever they ventured out in public. While growing up, Blanket's family worked diligently to provide him with as normal a life as possible. He attended a regular school, participated in sports, and made friends, all in an attempt to give him the same experiences as any other child. However, as his siblings gradually grew accustomed to life in the public eye, Blanket remained the family member who was seen the least in the public domain, maintaining a significantly lower profile. This boy and his siblings were fortunate to have a childhood that many could only dream of. Their home was the iconic Neverland Ranch, which not only boasted a massive house, but also featured an extensive amusement park where the children could play and enjoy themselves to their heart's content all day long. Micheal Jackson had turned his dream into reality, providing his children with a carefree and joyful upbringing. The King of Pop embraced the opportunity to become a child again as he spent quality time with his kids. He played with them, shared their laughter, and truly reveled in the simple pleasures of childhood. The children, in turn, adored their father, and Paris, Prince, and Blanket often expressed their deep affection for him. Their memories of growing up at Neverland Ranch were filled with warmth and positivity, painting a picture of a loving family that enjoyed each other's company. While these children had the world at their fingertips, there was one crucial element missing from their lives: maternal love. The biological mother of the older children, Debbie Rowe, had limited involvement in their upbringing, and she rarely saw them. As for the youngest, Blanket, he had never really known his mother. This absence of a mother figure may have left a void in their lives. Tragically, when Micheal Jackson passed away in 2009, Blanket was just 7 years old. Losing their father was a profound and devastating blow, and it hit Blanket the hardest among the 3 children. Coping with the loss of their larger-than-life father, the children were thrust into a whirlwind of grief and sadness. According to sources, Blanket, in particular, had a tough time coming to terms with his father's passing. He was described as very lost and extremely upset, which is a testament to the deep impact his father's death had on him. Upon Micheal Jackson's passing, all three of his children were entrusted to the care of their paternal grandmother, Catherine Jackson. While their grandmother played a central role in their lives, the siblings had to adjust to a new reality without their father, who had been their constant companion. Their family support extended beyond their grandma, as they were surrounded by aunts, uncles, and cousins. Though Catherine and her husband, Joe Jackson, had lived separately for years before his passing in 2018, they remained married. During their time with their father, they had been homeschooled, residing at Michael's Neverland Ranch and the sprawling family compound in Encino, known as the Havenhurst House. However, after his death, the children were enrolled in private school. In 2011, Aunt LaToya Jackson shared with the Daily Beast that the children were thriving, but their lives had undergone a significant transformation. Michael had placed masks on them to protect their identities, but now that he was gone, Catherine Jackson made the decision to unmask them. Blanket's nickname, however, continued to add an air of mystery to his persona. Michael had once explained the moniker in an interview, stating, "It's an expression I use with my family and my employees. I say, you should blanket me, you should blanket her with something," meaning, like, a blanket is a blessing. It's a way of showing love and caring. Despite this revelation, the identity of Blanket's biological mother remained undisclosed. In the midst of this challenging period, Blanket found unwavering support from his older brother and sister. However, despite this support, he likely felt a profound sense of loneliness. The absence of his mother throughout his life, coupled with the early loss of his father, must have weighed heavily on his young shoulders. Furthermore, as he grew older, the shy teenager began to feel increasingly uncomfortable with his nickname, Blanket. It had been a part of his identity for years, but the relentless teasing and bullying he faced finally pushed him to make a significant change. At the age of 13, he decided to shed the name Blanket and opted for Bigi instead. This choice was a pivotal moment for him, marking a transition towards greater self-assuredness. Following Micheal Jackson's death, his children gradually started to make more public appearances, showing their faces without masks. Paris and Prince Jackson seemed to embrace the limelight and relish being in the public eye. However, Bigi took a different path. He has maintained a low profile and rarely appears in public with his siblings. This reserved approach led to yet another nickname, the Invisible Boy. As he grew, Blanket made occasional public appearances with his siblings. In 2011, the three siblings attended the premiere of Cirque du Soleil's Micheal Jackson, the Immortal World Tour in Las Vegas. In 2013, they took the stage together to introduce a satellite performance by Beyoncé at a tribute concert. Paris shared her perspective on healing, reflecting that they always say, time heals, but it really doesn't. You just get used to it. In 2012, a family rift arose after Catherine Jackson, who had been the guardian of her grandkids, lost contact with them for 10 days. This situation led to some drama within the family, but it eventually settled. In response to this issue, their then 34-year-old cousin T.J. Jackson, who is the youngest son of Michael's brother Tito Jackson, was appointed as the co-guardian of Blanket, Paris, and Prince. Catherine Jackson supported this decision. In October 2017, Catherine initiated the process to transfer full guardianship of the kids to T.J. Jackson. At the time, Blanket was 15 years old, and Catherine felt that T.J. was well-equipped to assume all necessary responsibilities for the remaining minor child, as stated by her attorney, Ryan G. Baker. In 2017, a controversial Lifetime biopic titled Searching for Neverland was released. The movie was based on a book authored by two of Micheal Jackson's former bodyguards, and it focused on the teen's desire to shed the nickname Blanket for good. While no individual family member, including his children, provided public comments about the Lifetime biopic, a statement from the estate clarified that none of them had any involvement in the movie's production. Additionally, they did not endorse any projects, including the film, that aimed to exploit Michael's legacy. Paris reportedly declined an invitation to visit the movie set. Prince and Paris Jackson have each dealt with the unique challenges of their upbringing in their own way, and as Prince noted in 2016, they have each coped differently as they've grown older. They have taken it upon themselves to engage with the media in a balanced manner, seeking to reset the narrative that had spiraled out of control during their father's lifetime and for years after his passing. They remain staunch defenders of Michael Jackson's legacy and have openly discussed the ways they have chosen to honor him. Both have adorned their bodies with tattoos that hold deep parental significance. In November 2019, they represented their father at a Motown 60th anniversary celebration in Beverly Hills. As for the youngest Jackson, Michael would have been pleased to know that Bigi had the opportunity to experience a more traditional childhood. Bigi had a particularly close bond with his older brother, Prince, though all three siblings maintained a tight-knit relationship, the source added, and they consider each other best friends. Both share a deep fascination with the worlds of science and sci-fi, which has further solidified their relationship. In 2020, the youngest Jackson child marked a significant milestone when he celebrated his 18th birthday alongside his siblings. They gathered at a sushi restaurant to commemorate the occasion. On Bigi's 18th birthday, his sister Paris, now 25, posted on Instagram, "My little brother is a legal adult today. What the F.K. I used to change his diapers. This is such a trip. Proud of the handsome, intelligent, insightful, funny, and kind young man he has become. He likes privacy, so that's all I gotta say. HBD lil bro." This transition into adulthood brought with it new responsibilities, particularly concerning his substantial fortune, estimated at an impressive $100 million. One of Bigi's early moves was to invest in a luxurious property. He purchased a sizable mansion in the Calabasas area of California, valued at $2.6 million. The mansion boasts 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and an ample parking space, offering a comfortable and lavish living space. It's a location that places Bigi in close proximity to some of the world's most prominent stars, including the likes of Kanye West, Drake, the Kardashians, and Will Smith. This change in scenery allows him to enjoy a life of relative seclusion while still being part of the vibrant and glamorous world of Los Angeles. Jackson's youngest, the little baby who was so memorably introduced to the world, is now 21. His family's substantial fortune affords him a comfortable life without the need to work for a living. As for those who might have entertained the idea that the youngest Jackson would one day follow in his father's illustrious footsteps, Bigi himself candidly admitted that he's not gifted in the realms of singing or dancing. His interests and talents lie elsewhere. Since childhood, Blanket has displayed a keen interest in the world of film and directing, expressing his aspirations to pursue a career in this field. He once stated, "I'm not that kind of person who sings and dances. When I grow up, I want to be a director." He traveled to Japan and Italy with Prince and TJ's family, and in May 2019, he and Prince collaborated on a movie review show on YouTube alongside their cousin Taj Jackson, who is TJ's brother. This platform provides them with an opportunity to share their unique perspectives on cinema. Notably, Bigi, an aficionado of comics, began their review series with Avengers Endgame and delved into the Marvel Universe. Prince described Bigi's unique talent for film appreciation, highlighting his in-depth knowledge of movies, including details like their release year, directors, and the entire crew involved. This passion for cinema was nurtured by their father, who encouraged Bigi to study film from a young age. In a rare interview in 2021, Bigi discussed his desire to make a positive impact on the world. highlighting the shared aspiration within his family to create content that brings joy to people while also benefiting their lives. He is also passionate about the pressing issue of climate change and emphasizes the importance of awareness and action in addressing this global challenge. I do think it's important we all know about it. We have some work to do, but our generation knows how important it is, he shared. Among all of his siblings, Bigi Jackson consistently maintains the lowest public profile. Although he doesn't frequently appear in the public eye, there have been instances when he's made notable public appearances. One such occasion was at his older brother Prince Jackson's graduation, and more recently he was seen in Las Vegas on a significant day. What would have been his father, Micheal Jackson's 65th birthday. On August 29th, the youngest Jackson son was sighted alongside his older brother, Prince Jackson, at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, coinciding with the ongoing performances of the Micheal Jackson 1 show by Cirque du Soleil. For this outing, Bigi Jackson sported an all-black ensemble, while Prince Jackson chose a gray t-shirt paired with jeans. During their time at the venue, Bigi Jackson was observed interacting with people and even taking photographs with actor Miles Frost, who portrayed Micheal Jackson in the Broadway show MJ the Musical. Despite his typically private nature, these select appearances offer glimpses into the life of the youngest Jackson, particularly in moments that honor and celebrate their legendary father. Bigi Jackson, the youngest son of the legendary Micheal Jackson, is living the quiet life his father had dreamt of for him. Unlike his siblings, he doesn't have paparazzi constantly following his every move, and he doesn't need to seek out popularity as a means of making a living. His father's substantial inheritance ensures that he has financial security that will likely last him a lifetime. Micheal Jackson, the king of pop, was acutely aware of the sacrifices he had to make during his own childhood to achieve his monumental success. His aspiration was to provide his children with not only a happy and fulfilling childhood, but also a carefree life where they wouldn't have to toil endlessly to prove their worth to the world. The question arises, is it better to have everything you want from birth, or is it more fulfilling to achieve your dreams and goals through hard work and dedication? It's a topic that sparks different viewpoints. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me and like, subscribe, and engage with us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.